Hello students, have a beautiful good morning to all. Welcome you all to our online classes. Now we are going to take our online class Social Science. I am Kanho. Now I am giving you the one special chapter. This chapter I am known as the Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. Before that, first I wanted to know, are you okay? Just you have to leave your home and save your life, because for this epidemic, this coronavirus can be kill your life also. So that just to maintaining social distancing and you live in your homes and save your lives. By the way, just to come to us our chapters, okay? So natural vegetation and the wildlife. Before we start our chapter, first I wanted to know the what do you mean by the term the natural vegetation and the wildlife. Just remember, my dear students, I am already saying you that natural means that can be come from the nature. That cannot be made by the human beings. That's made by the nature. Vegetation, this way the vegetation is come from the huge amount of plants that grow naturally, known as the natural vegetation. And wildlife, we know about the wildlife, the large amount of the animals who live in the forest, that's known as the wildlife of the animals. So now for this chapter we are reading the about of the all plants and animals, how did they live and where did they live. Now we are going to read. Just you open your book on the chapter of natural vegetation and wildlife and we start our lessons. Okay, then let's start. First I wanted to give you the introduction of the natural vegetation. A plant life growing naturally in a place is called natural vegetation. A plant life growing naturally in a place is called as the natural vegetation. It means a plants they can grow naturally, just like in a forest. So many kind of the plants, like the teak, sesame, people, etc. Just grow automatically only for help of the nature. That's known as the natural vegetations. Okay, so we know that we all are known as the living organisms. I am just saying you about the biotic environment. Biotic means all the living organisms come from there. Okay, just like the plants, also animals, human being, everything, and we always need the oxygen to breathe here. So without the plants, how do we get the oxygen? Because the natural vegetation always give us the more oxygen. And just give you the one example of this natural vegetations. You can know about the Amazon forest. You know not? Amazon forest give us the maximum percentage of the oxygen to our environment, to our atmosphere. So my dear all little flowers, just listen me. Natural vegetation is our original life because they are mostly coming from the natural vegetation. After that also the wildlife also living there and they survive their lives. Now the next one is what is the habitat. Okay, what is habitat? Just to think. What is habitat? A place that provides the resources condition to growth and adaptation of the life, adaptation of the animal life is called habitat. Okay, my dear students. So what is habitat? A place that provides the resources. The place that always give the resources, just like the animals. An animal that's always eating so many things. You know that we are the human being living here. We need the clothes, food, the pen, pencil, book, etc. But animal only can need to air, water, and food. And when the animals need that things, that's known as the habitat area. Because just like the one of the example, deer, deer, heron. Deer always need the smooth air, smooth water. That's we come from that forest. The deer also need the oxygen. They also need the forest, and the deer need the smooth vegetations. Just like the one of tiger need the deer. So this is the food circle. The food circle process. The resources which come from the habitat area. Okay. So that this habitat also help to the all animals to live and survive their lives. Got it? Now I do not have to be what is that? Expand on more things. I'm just saying you something that in our earth there are 7 continents and 5 big oceans are living here. You know or not? There are 7 continents and 5 big oceans. What are the examples of 7 continents? The examples of the 7 continents are known as the Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, Europe, North America and South America. This is the 7 continents living here, and we are come from the Asia continent. Okay, and the 5 oceans known as the Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and the Southern Ocean. Got it? So from that 7 continents, the vegetations mostly come from the 3 main types. 3 main types. The natural vegetation come in 3 main types. Known as one of the forest, deserts and grasslands. Forest, deserts and grasslands. These 3 are the part of the natural vegetation of the societies. What is that? Forest, desert and grassland. Now I wanted to show you the physiography division of the earth. Physiography division of the natural vegetations. That's divided into 6 kinds. How many kinds? 6 kinds. Now listen carefully. Tropical evergreen forest. Number 2, tropical deciduous forest. Number 3, tropical and temperate grassland. Number 4, desert vegetation. Number 5, coniferous forest. And number 6, that's come from your, what is that? Tundra vegetation. So my dear all students, just listen carefully about these 6 physiography division of the natural vegetation of the earth. How did and where we get the high amount of the forest? So first, tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical temperate grassland, desert vegetation, coniferous forest and the tundra vegetation. Now I wanted to giving you the all that introduction of this forest. Okay, 1 minute. First, we are going to read the word of the tropical evergreen forest. Tropical evergreen. So, for this word has a meanings. Okay, what do you mean by tropical evergreen forest? The forest that give us the green positions, green vegetation in all the year, all the day. That's known as the tropical evergreen forest. And where we get the tropical evergreen forest? The area where get the highest rainfall, from the 300 meter to 400 meter of the rainfall, always getting by the tropical evergreen forest. And only for the 300 meter 400 meter rainfall in our tropical evergreen forest area we get the natural vegetation heavily, and all the forest area always look like the green position. Okay, so this is the most example of tropical evergreen forest, and for this tropical evergreen forest we get the high amount of that oxygen. We get also that everything towards the tropical evergreen forest. Now I wanted to giving you the examples where we get the tropical evergreen forest. First, I am giving the Asia continent. From the Asia continent, we get in first India. You know, my dear students, in India, two places available here. That's always getting the high amount of the rainfall. That's known as the Mizoram and Kerala. Okay, and one of the place that's known as the Mycenium. Mycenium is a place that get the heavy rainfall in our India. So that in Asia continent also getting in the Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat as well as the Southern Ghat, we get the heavy rainfall and getting also the tropical evergreen forest in our country. After that, also in Africa, Congo basin, in South America, Amazon basin, Amazon, देखो Congo basin, in India Western Ghat, India का क्या बोलते हैं Western Ghat, in India Western Ghats, Congo basin and Amazon basin. These three places we get the tropical evergreen forest in our India, in our world. Okay, so tropical evergreen forest. Now we are going to read the characteristics, the main merit point of a tropical evergreen forest. We know that 3 to 400 meter rainfall, Asia, Africa, and this come from the Africa continent. This come from the South America continent. So from the Asia continent we get in the Indian country, and from South Africa, Congo basin and Amazon basin. Okay, now the characteristics, the merit point of the tropical evergreen forest. Okay, from the tropical evergreen forest, the main merit is that the whole area always look like green. We get the heavy amount of that what is that rainfall. We get the most of that plenty of the oxygens, as well as like that the large amount of the plants are available here. The some of the plants available here are known as the ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, cinchona tree. Cinchona tree, you know, whenever the mosquito kill us, at that time we use the bark of the cinchona tree and we save from the mosquito. Okay, and malaria. Okay, so just like that, ebony, mahogany, rubber, cinchona, kind of the plants available in tropical evergreen forest. Okay, and that is all the plants are very huge. Okay, and some animals are available here in this tropical evergreen forest known as the elephant, that monkey, racehorse, deer, then your what is that? Deer, elephant, racehorse, monkey, jaguars, etc. are mostly getting in tropical evergreen forest. Got it? Now, only in this chapter we mostly read the 3 point of this nature, vegetation and wildlife. First is this, and second we are going to tropical deciduous forest. Tropical deciduous forest. And first of all, this tropical evergreen forest getting the 300-400 meter rainfall, and tropical deciduous forest getting only 100 meter to 200 meter of the rainfalls. So the tropical deciduous forest that's getting the 100 meter to 200 meter of the rainfall. See, this tropical evergreen forest is smallly different from tropical evergreen because the tropical deciduous always depend upon the monsoon season. Monsoon season. During the monsoon season, all plants they look like green. But before the monsoon season, during the what is your spring season, all the leaves are set out and grow the new leaves. Okay, It means the main themes of the tropical deciduous forest is known as the leaves are set. Okay, the all leaves are set and the make the new leaves. This always needing the monsoon season, because whenever the rainfall is not grow, that cannot be grow in our societies. Okay, so this forest, the so many plants are growing here, just like the oak, beech, teak, etc. This kind of that high tall plants are mostly grow in tropical deciduous forest. That's always need the high amount of water, and but if the water is not carrying there, so plants cannot be grow heavily. Okay, so this tropical deciduous forest, another name is also known as the monsoon forest. Which forest? Monsoon forest. So this is also getting in so many area in Asia, southern Ghat, southern part of the Asia continent. In Africa, we also get in that this Congo basins, and in Australia, mostly Australia, northern part. Most of the tropical deciduous forest we get from the Asia continent, southern part, and from the Australia continent, northern part. And in this area we get the tropical deciduous forest. Some of the plants like the teak, sal, neem, teak, acacia, etc. plants are mostly grow. Okay, and some animals, just simply the elephant, monkey, tiger, deer available on the tropical deciduous forest. Okay, so this is the very tropical deciduous forest. Tropical evergreen forest getting the 300 meter to 400 meter rainfall, but tropical deciduous forest getting the 100 meter to 200 meter of the rainfall. This tropical evergreen forest come from the Asia continent in Mizoram, Western Ghat, Kerala. Mizoram is a place getting the heavy rainfall also, and in Africa continent, Congo basin, South America continent, Amazon basin. But tropical deciduous forest, another name is known as the monsoon forest, and mostly the tropical deciduous forest getting from Asia continent, southern part, and the Australia continent, northern part. Some of the plants, these plants are grow heavily, and these plants are grow the tallly. Okay, and the animals who survive in the water, these kind of animals are living in the tropical evergreen forest, just like the crocodile, snakes, frog, etc. also getting living there. But tropical deciduous forest, this cannot be need the high water, just like the monkey, elephant, tiger, deer, lion, etc. This living in the tropical deciduous forest. Understand, my dear students? Now we come towards our coniferous vegetation. Coniferous vegetation is a kind of the natural vegetation, kind of the evergreen vegetation. This coniferous vegetation cannot be come from the all the area. Only for the two places of the area we get the coniferous forest. I am just giving one of the small example about the coniferous forest. Okay, you know this is our earth, and this is one of the equator. From the equator to 55 degree north and 55 degree south, this area we get the coniferous forest. Okay, so this forest also getting the equal hot as well as the equal cold. So normal percentage of the rainfall is having there from 75 centimeter to 300 centimeter rainfall also getting there. Okay, now we come towards our another vegetations. Just to listen me carefully, and whatever any doubt, just to ask me. Okay, now we come towards the tundra vegetations. Okay, sorry. Before we do tundra vegetation, first I want to give you the example of the temperate and tropical grassland. Temperate and tropical grassland. What do you mean by temperate tropical grasslands? You know the word of Greenland. So that you have to be need to locating our earth map. After that I can be define you. We know that this is known as our North Pole, and this is our known as the South Pole. we know this come from the frigid zone. This both come from the frigid zone. This is known as our temperate zone. Northern temperate zone, southern temperate zone, and this both are known as the torrid zone area, and this is known as equator 0 degree. So when sun rays falling here, the sun rays is directly falling in the equator area. Which area? Equator area. So the lower portion of the north pole or southern pole getting the only light rainfall, only small rainfall. Okay. So that, my dear all students, this Greenland or temperate and tropical grasslands mostly come under the upper part of the temperate northern temperate zone and frigid zone, and upper part of the southern temperate zone and the south frigid zone. Got it? So because for this area only less amount of the heat are available, so only for the less amount of heat, all the area are fully covered with the grass. So this is known as the temperate and tropical grassland. Only minimum amount of the and small variety of the animals are living there, just like the snakes, polar bear, etc. Plants, etc. available here, and this plant known as the grass. Okay. Now we come towards our desert vegetations. From the desert vegetation, I wanted to giving you the example of the hot desert and cold desert. I cannot be explain the more towards the wall area. I just example two given points where you know that. Hot desert, the most of the hot desert available in Sahara desert in Africa continent. You know, my dear students, in a Sahara desert is the longest and heavy desert in our world. That's available in Africa continent. Third desert. This desert available in our Indian country. Only we take the two example. In the Sahara desert also, the small kind of the plants like the bubble, where there cannot be need the high amount of the water. That's kind of the plants available in the Sahara and the third deserts. Okay, because this deserts area, hot this area, only locating 20 to 30 meter of the rainfalls. So from the 20 to 30 meters of rainfall, how did the plants grow? Where the plants that capture the water heavily in a lot of the times and can grow there, that's only living in the hot desert. The wildlife animals are living in the hot desert known as the what is that? Your small of that fox, snakes, rat, leopard, etc. available in the hot deserts. Now cold desert, the most important example of cold desert known as Ladakh. Now before some months, Ladakh as our union territory in India. So Ladakh is called as the cold deserts. Okay, from this cold desert also polar bear type of the animals living there, and then only little amount of plants are there because that area always falling in heavy snowfall. Okay, my dear students, so that just I wanted to giving you the examples of the tundra vegetations. This is the last vegetation that's feel important for you. Already discussed them another things or tundra vegetation. Now I wanted to giving you the example of tundra vegetation. What tundra vegetation? The vegetation, the either hot nor cold. This is not hot, not more cold. It means this temperature is average. The temperature of the tundra vegetation is average. The mostly the tundra vegetation, all the social animals like the human beings, just like the cow, dog, buffalo, deer, tiger, elephant, monkey, this kind of animals are living there, and this area are getting the 75 to 100 meter of the rainfall. 75 to 100 meter rainfall. This area has covered with the mountain, small forest area and a plants area. Tundra vegetation is a vegetation. This zone locating mostly Arctic Circle. Which circle? Arctic Circle. From there also Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. So mostly in the Arctic Circle area we get the tundra vegetation plants. So that in the tundra vegetation area has the so many lakes. The most important point, just remember me. Just remember this point. The tundra vegetation area has so many lakes. And only for the lake and the river, the tundra vegetation area is covered with the so many lakes and river area. The most important wild animals or animals are living in the tundra vegetation known as the fish, snakes, frog, and all animals who survive in the water area. Okay. Now I want to giving the mountain vegetation. Mountain vegetations. Actually, you know this chapter is very large. So actually, I am speedily teaching you just to understand. If you not understand, so just to comment me. I will show you that briefly. Okay. Mountain vegetations. Mountain is another name of the mountains. So this mountain vegetation have come from it so many mountains there. We know that most of the parts that covered with the mountain in our earth. Just like Himalaya, K2, Kanchenjunga, so many mountains available here. And when the mountainous area available here, also at the small amount of vegetation part. Okay, I am just giving one of the suggestion, my dear all students. I know that today I am briefly teaching you, but most important example also I am giving you that. So just to watching this video and got it your all points. Now the questions, so many questions are available here. Just write down your copy and give me the answer. What is habitat? Give the difference between tropical evergreen forest and tropical deciduous forest. Okay, so this is the two questions from today. And just you, and after that also, when you watching this video of teaching, after that you have to be read your book properly at least 2 to 3 times. After that you can know easily. Okay, thank you.